to avoid those kinds of claims. When you are talking about a program of 18 to 20 months, and you do partial procurement, partial construction, a lot of scope, you will be exposed to a lot of scope gaps. Many of the gaps will be here and there between the early work and enabling work and civil work and some specialist work, civil and specialist between the MEP with the commissioning. There is always gaps in between, and you will be exposed to them. And the contractors are very smart. I worked with them. I was a contractor also before, so I know how they plan. You know, and they know more than you know that you are on a hurry to deliver the project, to go to the market, to deliver because you have a commitment to the client. And when you sign with the client to deliver this project, there is a heavy damages or delay damages or penalties in your agreement with those clients, plus reputation damage. So if you sign with Microsoft or whomever, like any hyperscaler, and you fail to do the program on time, the specification they want, simple and easy, they will not come back to you. So you lost a big share of the market. What the contractor do, usually they accept everything you say in the beginning, the programs, etc., because they know they will find some kind of claims, issues, scope gaps, and they claim it. And because you are on hurry, you are like having a contract with end user, you will be in the weak side, right? You just need to deliver, so you keep paying to them whatever they want, giving them whatever they are claiming, because you are under the pressure of the delivery, all right? So how to avoid that? You cannot avoid it 100%, but you need to minimize the exposure to claims as much as possible. So civil does not hand over the generator room on a planned date. MEV subcontractor have 12 workers mobilized and standing. 15 days of idle resource equal delay claim for and prolongation cost. So you planned some civil delivery and MEV delivery. Then you failed to make this coordination, and one of the contractors failed to deliver to you what is necessary to other contractor to start. So the contractor is idle while he mobilized workers, equipment, whatever else, engineers, and he's waiting 3-4 weeks because he did not receive the civil clearance. He will be subject to claim. They will not claim it from the civil contractor because they don't have a contract with you. They will claim it from the developer. Then you have to pay them or go on like contractual discussion with them. Then you need to apply it for the civil contractor. And that's a lot of issues. I work a lot in the claims and extension of things. I used to work a lot in the delay analysis, and I know all of these issues. It's a headache, never-ending headache. All right? Another example, informal entry. MEB entered the zone without a formal handover certificate. Civil contractor discover MEB equipment blocking structural work, as I told you before, or a paint, or the civil contractor, he has some work to do here. You block this when you install your generator, they will claim it from you. Crane conflict, I just explained it a few slides ago. Yes, or no?
Yeah, but please, can you expand more on the SLA that you mentioned now?
SLA? I did not mention any SLA here.
Oh, I thought you mentioned SLA.
No.
Okay, maybe I was just saying. Like, SLA is like service level agreements. So I just wanted to like.
Yes, I know. I know what is SLA, but I did not say any SLA here.
Okay, I just want to be sure. I thought you mentioned it, so I wanted to like be sure about the context in which you mentioned it.
No. I don't know. I really don't remember. I said something about SLA, and it's not in the slide at all. That's something different. But I am not sure. Okay. So how you prevent that? How you prevent while you are planning your construction work, your contractor scope, start and finish, and scope integration between different contractors? We set formal zone handover certificate. So a civil contractor need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tested or sorry, witnessed, accepted by the supervision consultant or the engineer, informal handover to the other contractor. In this case, you will prevent what? You will prevent informal access. You will prevent any claim of one contractor claiming that the other contractors destroy the work. Or like you have a room. That room has doors installed, paint, ceiling, and flooring. Everything is done. Handed over from the civil contractor to the MEB contractor. The MEB contractor needs to install LV switchgear in this room. So without this handover certificate, if the MEB contractors enter this room and destroy a door or scratch the ceiling or destroy some of the frames or some of the raise the floor panels, he can easily say, I found it damaged. When I entered, it was not installed, it was broken. And these small issues will make a lot of, because during the construction, all of these contractors will be under pressure. They have a lot of delays, a lot of issues. So they will try to find any small mistakes or issues to fight back. So without this document, any contractors would claim, and you cannot prove it, that the other contractor damaged my work or entered before I entered. That's one thing. Yes, Hakeem?
Well, can you hear me?
Yes, Habibi, go ahead.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that we could do our best to plan, and 9 out of 10 times the plan does not always go the way we want. So in this scenario, like, how often do you plan out the formal entry for different trades, for different trades, and how often do you find out that when we go into construction and we're running to meet the deadline, how often do you see them overlap and be in the same space at the same time? Is this something we need to enforce, or is it something that in reality on most projects, like they always just overlap in the same workspace?
Okay, I can see. Yes, things are not going to the plan usually, whatever the solid plan, but you can minimize the damage by having a good number. Number two, the interim sequence is always the contractor responsibility. So if you are, I don't want to drive this into more contractual and claims and FIDIC session, but the baseline or the program is contractor responsibility. The sequence itself is contractor responsibility. I need from you, I have contractual milestones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You need to achieve them. I have to monitor you. I have to ask you for that and check are you achieving or not, but you are responsible to deliver 1, 2, 3. In case of any out of plan, out of sequence, that's also why we have something called out of sequence or change log, weekly or bi-weekly sent by the contractor to the consultant and from the consultant the engineer to the employer. Like I plan to do, and this is for the soft logic. So I plan to cast or I plan to paint, for example, room 1, room 2, room 3, room 4. That's my initial sequence. But during the work, I had an issue with the approval of a plaster of room 2. Okay, so you said room 1, 2, 3, 4. The sequence is plaster 1, plaster 2, plaster 3, plaster 4, then paint 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now plaster 1 done, finished. The crew moved to room 2 to plaster it. Now the paint crew entered room 1. So they move one behind the other, like that, right? Plaster in room 2, not approved, material issues, quality issues, whatever. So the team, the civil team, the plaster team, cannot stop here because it's not approved, because it's my sequence. I said 1, 2, 3. I did not finish 2. I don't move to 3 until I finish 2. So here what you do resequencing. It will be 1, 3, 4, then you complete 2. The paint will follow because the paint contractor or the paint crew in the general contractor team, they don't say, hey, we have approved the program. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So no, we cannot go out of sequence. That's a problem. No. This is what we call resequencing, replanning, to make sure you are achieving the main goal, which is delivering this whole building by October 2027. So this week, what I'm doing, I'm changing. So it will be plaster 1, 3, 4, then 2. The paint will follow 1, 3, 4, and 2. If I reach to 3, 4, and 2, I'm going to finish. And the next activity is sealing. Also, the sealing crew will follow 1, 3, 4, 2. So this will become my new sequence. Because while the sealing, MEP sealing working, the MEP, the gypsum or the gypsum contractor will work after. Then the flooring, then the joinery. So my sequence become 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2. I went out of sequence, but due to site condition. That's a new logic. So that's the replanning you do. You are not, the initial program, it's not a constitution, it's not Bible, it's not Quran, it's not something that you have to strictly follow. You need to follow the dates of commitments. All right? So when we say you need to let the people enter together or enter one after one, depends on the site. There's a lot of other points that you need to discuss. One of them is safety, for example. You cannot allow MEP contractors with workers to enter while the shutters is still installed. Maybe yes, you cast, but it's not de-shuttered yet. You did not remove the back props, the shutters, the formwork. Maybe you have some steel column, steel bars not yet cutted or clean. That's a safety. It's beyond the sequence or timeline. You cannot just sacrifice the people's safety to achieve 1 or 2 weeks to recover 1 or 2 weeks of delay. One thing. Second thing, generator, for example, or MEP equipment or LV rooms or whatever. Not because I need to achieve the timeline that I have, I install the LV switchgear in a room while the civil contractors are still doing flooring or paint or whatever. It will damage my equipment. That's $1 million equipment. So not because the contractor delay in installing or painting or removing the scaffold from a room, then I take the risk by leaving a generator next to the scaffolding and then dismantle the scaffolding while the generator is there. That's $1 million, $2 million generator. So again, everything we say here, it's not standard, it's concept. There's a difference between standard, rigid standard, and concept. Okay, Hakeem, answer your question?
Yes, that's my question. Next,
thank you. Next one is the crane allocation. We spoke about it because you need to plan when you install the crane. If you have more than a crane, which one? Then if I have a crane 1, crane 2, crane 3, I need to lift all the equipment for zone 1. Make sure it's done. Then go to zone 2, dismantle the cranes one by one. Interface the risk register. You need to upload weekly your risk register, list every non-point conflict between civil and MEP. When you go such kind of procurement strategy and you have 2 contractors directly under you, directly procured by you, not one under another one, the risk will be under the developer. All right. So the better solution, of course, you always have one of them under the other, even if you are higher than. Like one of the examples I'm giving. We hired a contractor, civil contractor in the beginning, because that's what you need. You need a civil contractor, someone to do walls, floors, slabs, and etc. before you have the MEP, because MEP procurement discussion take longer. The price, the commercial terms, more in the MEP. The weight of the project, commercial cost, it's more with the MEP. So it takes time, number one. Number two, you need a complete design package to discuss with the MEP contractor. The civil contractor, you can go with the after stage 3, at the beginning of stage 4, you can start the discussion and hire it. But you need to put one of them under the another one. By this way, you are novating the risk to the main contract. So the civil contractor you hire it. Then you hire the MEP contractor later after 2-3 months. You should have this kind of agreement and procurement strategy set up earlier that the MEP contractor will become the main contractor and will take the civil contractor as a subcontractor. By this way, all the risk of the civil contractor coordination, other stuff will be under the MEP contractor. This way, you novate the risk more to the contractor. That's a contractual discussion. But you need to have. Maybe you need to pay extra. Of course, a MEP contractor, it will be very hard negotiation for them to accept having another civil contractor under that, because all the risk, all the work done, all the completed scope of this civil contractor now will be the responsibility of that other contractor. Understood? Then, early warning notice. You should always be rigid, strict. When you find issue, highlight it. You find the contractor is out of sequence, out of track. You need to early notify them. That even not only just to bring the schedule back, it's a contractual document. Go back to your contract, check the contractual clauses, whatever you are using, FedEx, NEC, other contracts, forum of contracts, check the early notice, the rate of progress, the program. You need always to check and send notices, okay? Weekly site reports, site work, program maintenance, workshops, communication. Don't leave things to start like a snowball until it becomes a big ball. Then you try to stop it from damaging things. Be smart. How you become smart? When you start seeing things before it happens. That is the difference. Work preventively. Don't work to recover. Want to prevent, always. How you do that? You monitor, you see every small things, you compile knowledge from different projects, different colleagues, different workshops, whatever you can do. Keep your eyes open, always the small things, and sit with yourself. You hear people saying, hey, we will change the design from here. It's very simple scope, and we will do it in 2 weeks. Take it, sit aside, and see, like, they are changing the design. What kind of design they are changing? They are changing the way that generator. But let me go and check with them the technical specification of the generator. Is the weight will be different? Is the new generator dimension will be different? If yes, is that calculated? So I go from this electrical engineer to structural engineer. Is this load? Do you know that we are changing the generator? We have extra 1 or 2 tons in our generator farm. Did we plan it? Is our load can take it? Yes or no? If no, what we need to do? Is it communicated to the steel structural team? Is it communicated to the other contractors? Yes or no? So this kind of domino effect, you need to be smart. You should know how it's impacting. Sometimes it's not domino. Sometimes it's butterfly effect. Just changing a small piece at the entry of the building may affect later your power route or any other things. You should always be prepared for these changes. Now, let's have a small study. Plant room, access conflict. Let's have a 30 megawatt data center project. Okay, we are month 14. Structural contractor 3 weeks behind the schedule of generator plant room stuff. So I have generator room. We have 3 weeks delay from the civil contract. It's OFCI, so our owner furnished contractor installed. So you are the owner. Now you see from the owner point of view, you are the owner. You are delivering the generator, the civil contractor scope to make the plant room ready for your generator to be installed. It's ordered. The generator already ordered. Shipped from Korea, cleaned in the custom. On the way to the site, it will take 1 day from the port to your site. The MEP subcontractor had the crew, because that's your plan, right? Month 14, when you reach your schedule for all of the contractors, month 14,